Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing?
I walked away just as it come up.
I'm used to it, Mama. Mama said I walked away. Yeah, we used to her leaving anyway. It is coffee time, and it is supper time, and it is nacho time.
So the taco Tuesday is
Nacho Wednesday. Let's come down here to this cutting board and see what's going on. I'm a cooker. What do you call cooking? That is a good question. Somebody asked me not long ago, what do you call cooking? And I thought, well, that's a crazy question. And then they started saying, do you call microwaving cooking? I said, yeah, we microwave a lot. And they said, well, do you call opening up a can of soup cooking if you have to heat it? And I said, I call that heating. And they said, well, let me ask you this question. If you open up a can of cream of chicken soup and a can of chicken and a can of mixed vegetables and you put it in a casserole, do you call that cooking? And I thought, I can see this is getting deeper and deeper. So what do y'all call cooking? Does everything have to be scratch? I'm going to say, and this is what I tell them, I call anytime you get a meal on the table, however you got it there, other than maybe just simply takeout, I'm going to say you cooked. I'm going to say you prepared a meal. Whether you done it in the microwave, whether it was, you know, like if you put microwave popcorn in the microwave, did you make popcorn? Yeah, I think you did make popcorn. I think sometimes we get tied up on what classifies as cooking or what classifies as homemade. People will say, well, it's not homemade if you used, say, a cake mix. Is it? What if you put all kinds of wonderful ingredients in it? Mama used to have a cake. She used a spice cake and a bunch of vegetables. Some of them would be homemade. I thought that was a delicious cake, Mama. Mama's back, by the way. She's standing there. Mama's wearing our church new shirt. Look at that shirt. It says OMBC, which is Oswego Missionary Baptist Church. Then it says John 3:16, and it's got true story. And it's got the two nails that make a cross in gold. And then it's got John 3 true story. Mama, I love your new shirt. So sometimes, folks, I believe we get a little too tied up on worrying about every little thing. Like if you make macaroni and cheese out of a box, are you cooking? I think so. I'm going to give you credit for cooking. Even though you may not have done it, Grandma's recipe and done it from scratch. So anytime you have to make an effort, feed the family, you get a meal on the table, and everybody likes it, I think you can call yourself cooking. Let's give ourselves a break. Life is complicated. Whew, sometimes it gets extra complicated, and then I'm like, whew, who made it this complicated? Sometimes I feel like, you remember when you were a kid and you were playing anything, cops and robbers, or whatever, and you were just having the best time. And then maybe one kid comes into the game, and they'll say something like, hey, I tell you all what, let's do, and they change the game. And all of a sudden you're like, this ain't no fun. It's too hard, it's too complicated. We were having a good time until he came along or she came along. Why don't we just do what we was doing? We was having a great time. But you always get somebody who comes along and makes things complicated. I call it the meeting of the chaos committee. I accuse sometimes of people having a chaos meeting. Like you're planning a family dinner. And all of a sudden, you're just making up the menu and somebody says, well, now you better be careful. Because if you know if Aunt Sally, here's we're having a dinner, she'll want to bring mashed potatoes. And nobody likes her mashed potatoes. So you better be careful. You better, and before you know it, you're trying to scheme a way out of letting Aunt Sally know you're having a dinner until it's too late and somebody's already bringing the mashed potatoes. Now, I don't have an Aunt Sally, and that was just an example. But I'm just saying, sometimes things get pretty sideways in a hurry. And that's what I think about life. Let's go back to the simple things. Let's go back to the enjoyable things. Let's go back to a time when sitting on the porch with a gnat smoke. If y'all know what a gnat smoke is, you can look it up. It may not even be in the dictionary. I don't know. But a gnat smoke is where you take a rag, a clean rag, because you don't want it no filth on it, no chemicals, nothing, because that could cause a stinky. But just an old rag, and you light it on fire. You roll it up, and you light it on fire, and you blow out the fire, and you throw it in a coffee can. You put it on your feet on the porch, and it puts out a little smoke, because it's going to smoke for a good while, and it's going to keep the gnats off from you. And that's an old-timey gnat smoke. We used to have them every night on our front porch, didn't we, Mama?
Yeah.
And you build a little gnat smoke, and you sit there and you talk about the day, and maybe 5 minutes ago by nobody will say a word. I got plenty more. Nobody will say a word, and you're perfectly fine with that. And then you'll turn around and somebody will say, you just want some sweet tea? And they bring you a glass of sweet tea. And you'll sit there and sip on it. And they'll talk about the lightning bugs. And they'll talk about when they was a kid, there was more lightning bugs. Or they'll talk about, I want to see what I'm cutting. I forgot to turn you back down here. You'll talk about what you did that day. Those are the simple things of life. Seems like we've complicated things. I want to go back to Andy Griffith's show. You know when they're sitting on the porch and they're just passing the time. Y'all know that show where Barney says, Mama and I say this all the time. Mama, tell them what we say.
I think I'll go get some ice cream.
Come over here. Tell them. Mama does it real good.
Says, I think I'll just go get some ice cream.
Think I'll go down to the store,
Buy some ice.
buy me a pop. Yep. Think it's what I'll do.
Yep.
Go down to the store, buy me a pop.
Yep. That's what I'll do.
And he just says that like 12 times.
Over and over.
And I'm like, that's how we are. Y'all know us well enough to know when we're saying goodbye, sometimes we're going to say it 3 times and ain't nothing we can do about it. And sometimes Mama will scold me and say, well, you said about 5 goodbyes. And I'm sorry, Mama, I'll do better. And then I don't do no better.
No, we don't.
And then the next time, Mama will do it, and I'll say, who said to goodbye? I know, I'm just as bad as you are. It's just natural, because it's just a simple little thing. Here's that weird
I
little...
wonder why it wrote, and there wasn't a spell or a vine or nothing to cause it to twist around to do
I don't
that.
know. How's the meat going over there, Mama?
It's done.
You gonna bring it over?
Well, when we get ready.
So we had hamburger meat. Yeah, we buy hamburger meat, usually 2 pounds, and we'll eat on it, and then we'll come up and decide we're gonna have, what did I fix the other night? Mama fixed creamy hamburger. What do we call that?
Creamy tomato sauce delight.
Creamy hamburger delight.
Hamburger delight, yeah, that's what
It's got cream in it. That's the reason we call it that. Mama called it that when I was a kid. Creamy hamburger delight. And I don't know where it even came from. I'm trying to get the seeds out of this pepper because you're wondering, what in the world's he doing? Anyway, so we will do that. So tonight, I decided early on, I said, Mama, what are we having? She said, I don't know. I said, we got a pound of hamburger in there. We just had meatloaf last week. You want to do goulash? She said, well, that creamy delight's kind of like goulash. And I said, yeah. And I said, actually, what I would like to have, you probably won't. And before I could even finish, she said, nachos. I said, yeah. She said, I kind of like to have some too. So that was an easy decision, wasn't it, Mama?
Oh, yeah.
And because when we have hamburger, we don't know what to do with it. A lot of times I think, I'd love to have some nachos. So all we did is put a little bit, and I've done put the seasonings up. We just took the hamburgers she had, 1 pound of chuck, and we put the street taco right here. Mama, have you been in this drawer?
No, is it sitting on the counter yet? Well, I think
I thought I put it up. It's looking around the counter because it ain't here.
it's in there.
Here it is. You're right. It's over here under some. Ooh. I felt heat. This right here. Texas Street Taco. Texas Street Taco. And to sprinkle the cover the top like I always do. It's delicious. It's delicious. So we're having Texas Street Taco tonight. I don't think I need this other one because that made a lot. Now look here at this cut up board of mess. Look at that. There you go, folks. That's a garden fresh tomato. That's onions out of Mama's garden. That's green onions from the store.
I've got a few green onions out there now.
We've got a few green onions now. But not before, did we, Mama?
Mm-mm.
So here we go. I'm not going to say. This is what I was telling y'all last night. When it gets down in the fall, you said tomato, that's a good tomato. But see that little thing now in the summer, early summer, somebody might just throw that away and say, I ain't fooling with that. Well, the later it gets in the fall, the more prime that gets, and you're like, I ain't wasting that. So you find people like me sitting around holding their finger on that damn spot, nibbling off. I ain't ashamed of my game. That's good tomato. Now, I'll be honest with you. I do that from the first one to the last one. But I've seen people hack them off, throw them in the garbage. That's a lot of tomato to waste on the bottom for one little spot. I don't waste it. I won't waste it. Now look at this beautiful ground. It's just hamburger chopped up. And it's got that wonderful seasoning on it. Mama, we better hurry because we got cheese. I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese on here. Go ahead and put the cheese on here. Let it be melting. This is just mozzarella cheese. It's going around this taco meat. I want it to melt on there because that's what gooey deliciousness is coming off those tacos. Now this bag was already used, so I didn't use that much. Is that already too cool?
Not bad.
It was hot.
But I've had it stove off over here.
Alright, let's get our stuff out. We're going to use a little sour cream. Little sour cream. This is our store brand. This is our Save a Lot taco seasoning. Come on now. There we go. And I swear I think it's a brand that probably costs a lot more if it's not in this packaging because it smells so good and it tastes so good. We love it. And I like the little jars to reuse them for dressings and stuff too. I like a little bit of all that. Let's get all of our stuff out of the way. Scoot our cutting boards over. Eating off some fancy china tonight. Mom, you should have got the baskets out. We wouldn't have had to waste the paper plate. But we might need a paper plate. Now, I'm going to show you another little thing I like to do. I like to fill my plate with my chip. Like this.
I just want to do it. I try to.
After you she says. Mama, you're gonna heat yours?
Yeah, that's enough. Well, I don't want all that.
I like to stick them in the microwave. And I'll just stack them up like that right there and stick them in the microwave. And put them in there for 30 seconds, 10 seconds more maybe. And you'll have warm chips just like they serve you in the restaurants. Easy peasy. Now, I don't know what on this board Mama will get. Probably an onion and probably a little bit of tomato. Just stack them on top of each other. Won't hurt a thing, Mama. No. You just stick them around and let them warm up just a tinge.
Well, that's not going to melt when you're the heat and stir it.
What are you all eating? I warm my chips in the air fryer. Brenda, that'd probably be better. And I probably should just put a whole big bunch of them in there and heat them, shouldn't I? I may do that next time. Thank you for that. Good evening. Well, I love your nice comment. Oh, Mike, are you trying to nice comment these ladies? Mike Rodrigo Facebook friends and hit add friend. Sorry, Mike, you gotta go because we don't get friends on here. We make friends, and if you want to be, but you ain't gonna make a bunch of friends here tonight all at one time. Let's see if I can click you and say goodbye, Mike. Click you and say goodbye. Everybody say goodbye to Mike. Here you go. I love for y'all to talk on here when it's real people do it. But when you're talking about the robots and the people on here talking, trying to hook up, this ain't the love connection. Sorry. All right, let's get us some of this beautiful meat and this beautiful cheese. Just like that. Look at that cheese. Did you see that oozing? That is pure deliciousness. It is melting, Mama, perfectly.
Yeah, I had to get it hot, though.
You did a beautiful job, Mama. I want you to have plenty of protein.
I like having it.
Look at that. Okay, so I got our cheese on there. It's melting. Now let's make our plates. So I'm going to put a big old good helping of tomato. I like it everywhere. I like it all over there. I want plenty of tomato. And as closer we get. Now, I'm a fall person. I love fall. I even love winter. I even love dark evenings. I know, craziness, right? But I will tell you this. I hate to see my tomatoes go. You want more tomatoes, Mom?
No.
You want onions or peppers?
Just a few onions.
Which flavor? Purple?
The
purple ones?
Mm-hmm. A few of those.
And I'll even put them over on the side for you.
Thank you.
Because I know that's what you really want.
Yeah.
Green onions. That is, if nothing else, is pretty. Purple onions. Can y'all see? Purple onions and this beautiful banana pepper. You want some banana pepper?
No.
It ain't hot.
No, but I don't.
Now, folks, that's as pretty as downtown. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That's nachos, beef nachos, street taco seasoning, Texas street taco. Absolutely delicious. You want sour cream? Now, I know that's a question. You want your other cheese too?
Might put a little bit on this side.
On this sour cheese.
On this sour cream. Sour cheese.
There you go, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm going to put a little sour cream on mine. This is a meal you can make in 15 minutes for the whole family. And they will like it. Would you like some taco sauce?
Yes, sir.
Look at this. Mama even likes taco sauce. We love this stuff,
That's
don't we?
mild, though.
Oh, it's red hot, Mama.
Does better not be. I don't trust you.
You should.
You see that little yellow can?
I bet you bought this, didn't you?
Yeah, probably did.
Let's bless our meal, folks. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this meal. We thank you for these precious hands that prepared it, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we'll pray for the blessing and nourishment of our bodies. And Lord, all those folks out there tonight that have prayer requests, we pray for you to answer them in your time, your will, and your glory, dear Lord. Heal the hurt and heal the sick, dear Lord, and dry their tears, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we just pray that you put a hedge of protection on each and every one of us and our families and our children. Be with us, watch over, lead, guide, and direct us, dear Lord, as only you can do. In your blessed name we pray. Amen. Mm-hmm. Now let's give this a whirl. I started just think, why don't I got that knife over here for? So I like to take a chip, and I want meat and cheese, of course. And I want all this other goodness right here. Stack it on there, really good like. Mm-hmm. The cheese is sliding, stringing off my chip. There you go, folks. You drinking Coke, Mama?
Yeah. Yeah, I had it earlier. I drank a little more of it.
I'm drinking my coffee. Mmm. Mama, what have you done today?
Nothing.
No, Mama, I don't believe that.
No, I ain't done much today.
Much. Now she's starting to come around with something.
No, I'm not. I've just been out there with the boys all working. Well, I did put up some stuff. It was outside.
Mm-mm.
And they moved the wood out to the shed.
Bingo. I knew you'd been out doing something. We've had storms today.
That wind got really, really hot.
We had storms. I mean, thunder, lightning, darkness. It was as dark at about 3 o'clock today as it is at 9:30 night. It was dark. Street lights was on and everything. I called Mama then. I said, is it storming up there? Oh, a little bit. Was Maggie scared?
Yeah, she got wedged in between the coffee table and that stuff. It's packed out there.
Oh, Lord.
She backed in there. I don't know how she got in there. You couldn't hardly see her.
If I'd been there, she'd been laying on my feet. Which means we'll have to get somebody to stay with her tonight because she'll be tore up all night long. So when we go to church, babysit the fur baby.
She slept a lot today. She didn't even take a fit when the UPS guy rang the doorbell today.
Oh, I better check on her. She always takes a bit. Sometimes she don't.
She got up and run out and got her treat.
Oh, that's her saying. If she didn't go get her treat, we really would have been worried.
Yeah, she jumped up then. But he said, I never heard a peep out of her, so what's wrong? I said, she's sound asleep, I think.
Mama, today is Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, end of Tupperware month.
Mm-hmm.
All Tupperware orders end on the last Wednesday of the month, so this is it. So if you've been putting off and thinking, I'll order that pasta maker, or I'll order that can opener while it's on sale, or I'll order them 3 bows for $20. Your time is literally running out. In the morning, we'll wake up to a whole new world. Everything will be different. At 11:59 tonight, they'll stop that and start another.
It'll be all gone.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me it's flew by this time. It's
Mama.
the end of the month before I realized.
August the 4th, your birthday. We had those beautiful flowers, and we're just sitting here chatting. And now we're looking up, and we're going to be in October the 4th in a very few days.
It's unreal.
It's this way every year. When you ask yourself, what happened to 2023? What happened to 2024, 25? Well, I'll tell you what happens. You sail along through January, and it's pretty long, feels like. And in February, even though it's shorter days, it's colder. Not as much going on. Then March gets here. You're waiting for it to warm up. Spring happens. It feels like it's March. It feels like you've been in about 3 months worth of the year. June comes, you start going out. You start going on vacation. You start taking the kids places. July comes and it's like 4th of July is here already. Bam! 4th of July is the trigger. That's the switch that takes us out of regular gear into high overdrive. And we are racing toward the finish line. School starts, the day your kids start school, it's almost the end of the year. As soon as the kids go back to school, it is just over in a heartbeat.
It flies.
It flies. And then I'm old, and I forget, and I'll see the kids at church or the kids of the family, and I'll say something like, "Are you enjoying your new teacher?" "What new teacher?" I'm like, "Didn't you just start school?" "We've been in school for a month and a half." "Oh, well, honey, I'm sorry." I mean, it's time for first grades. Yeah, they've been there since our kids went back in August. That was 4 weeks, 5. Yeah, their 6 weeks grades are probably already out. It's old school to them. By the time they've served a month and a half, they've been there half the year, they feel like. And they'll say, "I don't have a new teacher. I got the same teacher." I'm like, "Well, I mean, it just started, but no, we've been going a long time. What happened to me? I don't keep up with it." It's just zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah.
It's that way. Anyway, nachos are for supper tonight. These are so easy. I'll tell you something else we do a lot of times. We have leftover chicken. We make chicken nachos. You all right? I don't know if you're choked, coughing, sneezing.
Just trying to keep from coughing.
You don't like when you know you cough, do you, Mama?
I don't like to cough.
If y'all don't care, don't get out and tell people that she coughs. She don't like you to know she coughs. Or sneezes. Because she'll be back to cough and she'll see her and she's like running over there. I'm like, "Mama, I had to cough." I'm like, "Oh, let's not let people know you cough, Mama."
I don't like to cough at the table, though.
Or in the room. She's that way. So don't, just between us, she coughs.
You're me.
Oh. Don't mess your new shirt up, Mama.
I'm trying not to.
Folks, that's all we got tonight. We are going to let y'all go. We're going to let you get yourself pulled together. You probably got prayer meeting tonight, or you may have something else going on. I don't know what it's like where you're at. It still looks like it could rain or storm. Maggie's come in to see what's going on. She's done her report. She likes to make sure.
Surveying the well.
She likes to make sure a drop of nothing has been left. So that's what she's doing.
Tonight.
That's what she's up to. So, anywho, we will let y'all go. Y'all have a blessed night. And Mama, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye. And good night, Mama. God bless
No,
you.
Mama, it's not good night. It's goodbye, Mama.
No, it's good night.
Because you ain't going to bed now.
I like it.
Mama, it's just 6:20, too.
I'm lazy.
It's not lazy. All right, folks. We're going to say goodbye. And to you, we'll be here again tomorrow. Like us, follow us, and share us. Y'all are doing such a good job on that. We are growing. Our page is getting more and more members, and we appreciate it. We appreciate each and every one of you. If nobody's told you this all day or all week even, you are a very important person.
Oh, yeah.
Very important. And we appreciate you. And we invite you back. Bring a friend with you. Sit around our table and have a cup of coffee. That's just as simple as we can get it. And y'all have a blessed night. Bye. And if you want some of that Tupperware that we showed you,
Jump on it tonight.
this is it. It's gone. 11:59. It's gone. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
I posted this week, so there's a bunch of posts. Just go back through our page. You'll see them. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.